July 30th and 31st, we got a swale class going on, so you're gonna wanna be there. All right, y'all, theme of the day. The problem is the solution, and we're gonna give you some examples of that. In fact, folks, that is permaculture 101. Because everybody in this world thinks or at least in the United States of amnesia, we think in a reductionistic worldview. We tend to say, we got this problem, well, I need this particular solution. Or this ain't growing right, I need this chemical. It's not the way we look at things in the permaculture system. In fact, first lesson right out of the gates, you see all this right here? This was a doggone problem. We had the pigs come through, they laid it down. You can go back and watch all those videos. And what do we do after that? Well, we put in buckwheat and cowpea. Okay? Well, now we're gonna harvest that buckwheat here before too long. After a while, we'll chop and drop. But if you go back and look at the earliest, every bit of this was bare ground. Look at it now. There's not one thing growing in here that we don't want, that I can see right off. Excuse me. We even have mullein and stuff growing up there. We didn't plant that. This is all stuff that is now able to express itself. So the problem, okay, it's like a weird kind of Hegelian dialectic. The problem was we had thorns and thickets all the way up to where I'm standing, okay? Okay, the reaction was, okay, yeah, well, that sucks. Ground is not very productive. So then we roll in with the solution. We have the pigs work it over, have Justin manicure it, and then we come back and seed it. And then now all of a sudden, problem is the solution. Let's move on to the next one. Exciting news also, folks, before we get into the next one, we are now doing a podcast. So far we have one. By the time you see this, we may have two of them up already, okay? We're gonna have our growing pains, but it's gonna be off the hook. And right now it's called the Permaculture Pimpcast, and you can check it out on all podcast platforms. Hit the subscribe and notification bell to make sure you're on board. All right, folks, I love doing these videos more than anything. I really do. Because it takes us all out of that reductionistic worldview. We're going to show you how the problem is the solution in this video. Okay, right here, this isn't a problem, but it's something we don't necessarily need in this space. This is comfrey, and by the way, we got a lot of it at the website. All this rain has made it possible, so all you folks that have been beating down the doors asking, you know where to find it. Also, we got these rice knives that William made, and we're running low on those, but we're going to have another batch, hopefully here before too long. Now, what's our problem right here in this raised bed? Problem is we got comfrey, and it's too high. You know why? Because down in here, we got these guys. We got sweet potatoes that are being basically shaded out right now. So what do we need to do? They're not getting the light they need. They look pretty good so far, by and large. So what we're gonna do, and Michelle's gonna commence to doing it right now, is this is one of the many areas we use with the rice knives. She's gonna take that out, take just the leaves out, okay? Now it just opened up a little bit of space. How cool is that? It just opened up the space we need. Now this is something of an experiment that William came back with a while ago. His idea was to interplant the comfrey along with sweet potatoes. Well, it got a little bit away from us, as you can see, and now that's become a problem. So the solution, the problem is this solution. So now we're taking out all these comfrey leaves and check out what we're going to do with them. So we think about how many things we solved here. We basically created some sunlight for these sweet potatoes to be able to get off, and that one over there is doing real well. We just created that sunlight for those guys to be able to express the sweet potato-ness of the sweet potato, and at the same time, we're getting a harvest of leaves from this comfrey that we can do any number of things. We're going to show you what those solutions are. One thing we could do, just think about where we are. These are sweet potatoes. So I could, if I wanted, just go ahead and dress it around those sweet potatoes, create something of a living mulch, or going right back to that zone video, folks. That's why you want to watch it. I could take this is one of the many things we do with it, literally take about 4 or 5 steps, and I can dress my trees with it. It was a problem over there, solution right here. Let's look at some other solutions. Next problem was this area. Go back and watch that video. Remember where I was all tripping over man, you know, this thicket, I don't want to deal with it. And I know that it's going to be tough to deal with, or at least tough from your two-dimensional view to see what's going on here. But you see these brown parts down here. Check this out. This is what the pigs did, y'all. There was so much multiflora rose, every nasty thing all the way up to the house, and the pigs did it all for us. That was a problem. What was the solution? Allowing the pigs to come in there, tear this thing up, give us access to the areas that we needed to be able to, we didn't have to do much chainsawing, but basically the pigs cleared out everything to give us access to be able to yank out all that stuff in there. And then as a little side note, this green bank here, look what's coming back. There's a few weeds in there, but by and large, you see grass and you see things that I planted. Well, there was clover, but not anymore. It's because of succession, it's moved into something else, but it's not that thorny, nasty stuff. Problem was too much thicket, solution were the pigs. All right, let's show you another solution. All right, here's another problem, y'all, and something that we've exploited for years now. The problem is you got a lot of decent restaurants out there that have non-GMO food, and they will throw it in a dumpster. Well, somebody like me intervenes, creates deals, and I've showed you how to do that at the last Self-Reliance Festival, and guess what? All of a sudden, that problem became a solution for me because now I feed all of my omnivores with it. Pigs, chickens. We raise them basically, pigs for 21 cents a pound, chickens for free. How do you like that? All right, with that said, we're gonna go over here, show you another solution. We got a bunch of thicket out in these woods that we can't deal with. There's the solution. You don't have to go out there and clear cut. That same problem we told you about with the comfrey growing in a place we didn't need it, there's a solution for you. Check it out. We don't have to worry when they have a bunch of stuff they eat or want to eat, they ain't gonna kill themselves. This is what they eat. There's a solution. No waste, y'all. This is what, when I say permaculture is my passion, y'all, I keep saying it over and over and over again. This is why. I'm taking all, if I had to go out there and just do like every other farmer and do the same typical things, that would not be fun. Finding solutions to problems and having zero waste streams, or very few, is what my passion, oh my goodness. This is why I do this life, y'all. This is why I love it so much. Ain't that right, pig? Another problem? The economy. Okay, it may be a problem, but does it have to be? We have interests out there that hate everything about you and me. So how do we get around that? Well, we support, buy, and promote each other's stuff. For example, what am I wearing? Every single day you see me wear, I'm always a walking billboard, no matter what. And 9 times out of 10, you don't even see my shirts. I'm trying to promote the products I use, like special operations equipment. They make awesome, incredible, clever, witty, and if you want, sometimes offensive shirts, if that's what you want, but they got something for everybody. They have awesome tactical equipment. They got the best gummy bears I've ever had in my life. I know that sounds crazy, but those gummy bears are off the meat rack. I give my support to them. They give their support to me. They buy what they need from me. This is Soma Family Farm. They're out of North Carolina. Go check them out on Instagram, okay? They got stuff you may need. They have things like squab. How many people out there raising squab? I don't know too many. This one, a former Navy vet. It looks like it's flickering on your camera, but in person, it's not. He even sent me one of these cool remotes that goes along with it. Just go to ledfreedomsigns.com. This thing has so many different controls with that remote. It is the coolest thing ever. It's things like this. It's things like the shirt I'm wearing, this shirt here, and the products that we have between us. Look, why am I going to give my money to Abercrombie? What have they ever done for me? Well, I bought products I need from SOE. These other folks, they have things that you might need. This here is the coolest thing around. I mean, and there's a ton of other things that I get from other people. We have got to explore these other options that we see as problems, but the real solution is don't go to the grocery store to go buy your food if you can help it. Even if it's to buy one thing, either grow it yourself, or maybe there's a fella down the road or a lady down the road that, guess what? They don't necessarily have money, but they might need some of the potatoes you just grew. Or let's say they have a cow and you might need their milk. It's not just dollars and cents. It's all these different ways where we see problems that also have solutions. So let me come full circle. Look, the only limit, and I'm finding out, look, I have tried all these years of doing this. I have tried to find some way of finding something where there wasn't a way to recycle it or reuse it or turn it back into something that was once a waste stream into something that is very, very, very positive. I have looked, and to this day, y'all, I don't know that I've ever really found anything. Maybe even nuclear waste. I mean, I'm sure there's a mushroom out there. I'm sure Paul Stamets has a way to solve that problem. But the problem is always the solution. We just got to get out of this reductionistic world thinking that we have. Okay, with that said, y'all, I truly hope and pray this blessing is less important for what I'm saying and more important for what it makes you think. That's really what we're trying to do at the end of the day. So folks, like I said, if you need anything, we got more comfrey. We got a lot of it coming out of the ground thanks to all this rain. So the folks out there that were looking for comfrey, you might want to get it because it goes quick. We got comfrey, we got bone sauce, world's best deer repellent. Think about it, just in that solution. Problem is, you got deer out there eating your fruit trees. What's the solution? Bone sauce. And guess what? We provide that, okay? We're the only people in the world that I know of that actually provide that solution. So we have it. We also have solutions on Patreon. Check us out over there if you'd like. All right, y'all. Hopefully everything in this video has been a blessing to you. And may the problems in your world be the solutions at the same time. All right, until next time. Remember, check us out at that podcast. Till next time, this is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm, where permaculture is my passion and solutions are the big reason why. We'll see you next time.